These are the numbers that could save your life. When a Continental Premium Contact tire brings your car to a complete stop from highway speed, the worst budget tire tested is still traveling at over 30 miles per hour. That is the difference between avoiding a collision and becoming a statistic in the 646 tire-related deaths that occurred on American roads in 2023. The question isn't whether cheap tires will get you from point A to point B, because they will. The question is whether they'll stop you safely when your life depends on it. After examining thousands of test results from organizations like TireRack.com, Crash Data, and Expert Analysis, the answer is more complicated than the tire industry wants you to know. Budget tires are not necessarily manufactured poorly. They are engineered to a price point. Premium tires use advanced silica-enriched rubber compounds that stay flexible in cold weather and provide superior wet traction. Budget options rely primarily on carbon black fillers, which creates harder rubber compounds that heat up more during extended driving and simply can't grip the road the same way when conditions turn challenging. The construction differences go deeper than rubber compounds. Premium manufacturers invest in reinforced belt systems, stronger sidewalls, and advanced tread patterns specifically designed to channel water away from the contact patch. Budget tires use simpler designs with fewer safety margins built in. They are not necessarily unsafe. They meet all federal safety standards, but they operate much closer to those minimum requirements. The most telling data comes from independent testing organizations that put these tires through identical conditions. When the German Automobile Association ADAC tested budget versus premium tires in wet braking scenarios, the results were stark. The premium Continental tire stopped a Volkswagen Golf over 30 feet shorter than the best budget tire and over 46 feet shorter than the worst performer. That 46-foot difference represents more than 3 car lengths, the space between walking away from an accident and ending up in the hospital. But here is what makes this data truly sobering. These tests were conducted with brand new tires. Real-world performance gaps become even more pronounced as tires age and wear down. Consumer Reports found that budget tires with just moderate wear required up to 59 feet of additional stopping distance compared to new premium tires. When you are traveling at highway speeds and need to stop suddenly, that extra distance often determines whether you avoid the accident entirely. The hydroplaning data tells an equally concerning story. Premium tires like Continental maintain traction until speeds reach 265 miles per hour, while budget options begin to lose contact with wet pavement at significantly lower speeds. Consumer Reports discovered that vehicles with worn tires at the legal minimum tread depth began hydroplaning at speeds as low as 40 miles per hour, well within normal highway traffic flow. This brings us to one of the most dangerous misconceptions in tire safety, the idea that the legal minimum tread depth represents safe operation. Federal regulations require tire replacement at 2/32 of an inch of remaining tread, but safety experts universally recommend replacement at 4/32 of an inch. At the legal minimum, stopping distances on wet pavement increase by up to 52% compared to new tires. AAA's highway speed testing found that tires worn to 4/32 of an inch needed an additional 87 feet to stop in wet conditions, nearly double the distance of new tires. The real-world consequences of these performance differences become crystal clear when we examine the Ford Firestone crisis of 2000. Bridgestone Firestone recalled 14.4 million tires after they were linked to 271 deaths and thousands of injuries. The investigation revealed that some tires were manufactured without proper gum strips, a safety feature that helps bind tire belts together. When these tires failed at highway speeds, the results were catastrophic. The scandal led to the Transportation Recall Enhancement, Accountability, and Documentation Act, and it fundamentally changed how the industry approaches tire safety. More recent recalls continue to demonstrate quality control issues in the budget tire segment. In December 2023, Century Tire recalled 8,900 tires because the base tread layer was improperly cured, leading to tread separation. In December 2024, hundreds of thousands of winter tires were recalled because of insufficient snow traction that could increase crash risk. Budget brands like Linglong, Westlake, and Triangle have also faced recalls in recent years, highlighting ongoing quality control challenges in this market segment. These recalls disproportionately affect budget tire lines, where manufacturing tolerances are tighter and quality control processes are less rigorous. The financial calculation between budget and premium tires reveals another layer of complexity. While premium tires cost significantly more upfront, often $800 or more for a complete set versus $200 to $400 for budget options, the cost per mile tells a different story. Budget tires lasting 20,000 miles at $320 total cost, roughly 1.6 cents per mile. Premium tires lasting 50,000 miles at $680 cost approximately 1.36 cents per mile. You are actually paying less for every mile driven with the premium option, while getting substantially better safety performance. The warranty differences reinforce this value proposition. Premium manufacturers like Pirelli commonly offer 60,000 to 85,000 mile warranties, with some Michelin tires warranted for 80,000 miles and certain Goodyear models reaching 85,000 miles. Budget tire warranties typically range from 25,000 to 40,000 miles, and many offer no mileage warranty at all. This is not just marketing, it reflects genuine confidence in the tire's durability and performance over its lifespan. However, the budget versus premium debate is not entirely black and white. For specific low-mileage use cases, budget tires can be perfectly adequate. Vehicles that cover fewer than 1,500 miles annually, think of a classic car driven occasionally or a second vehicle used mainly for short errands, do not benefit significantly from premium tire technology, since rubber compounds degrade over time regardless of mileage, and most manufacturers recommend replacement after 6 to 8 years, regardless of tread depth. The premium tire's longevity advantage becomes irrelevant. You can verify your tire's manufacturing date using the DOT tire identification number molded into the sidewall. Urban drivers who rarely exceed city speed limits and do not regularly encounter challenging weather conditions can also find budget tires meet their needs effectively. The performance differences that become critical at highway speeds are less pronounced during stop-and-go city driving, where emergency braking distances are shorter and hydroplaning risks are minimal. But for the majority of drivers who regularly travel at highway speeds, especially in areas with frequent rain or varying weather conditions, the safety case for premium tires becomes overwhelming. The kinetic energy that must be dissipated during emergency braking increases exponentially with speed. Stopping from 70 miles per hour requires 4 times more energy than stopping from 35 miles per hour, magnifying every performance difference between tire categories. Winter driving conditions create an even more dramatic performance gap. When temperatures drop below 44 degrees Fahrenheit, standard rubber compounds harden and lose effectiveness. The difference between proper winter tires with the Three-Peak Mountain Snowflake certification and inadequate options can be measured in car lengths. A vehicle traveling 31 miles per hour needs 52 yards or 156 feet to stop with summer tires on snow, compared to just half that distance with appropriate winter tires. The most concerning aspect of tire safety is not the tires themselves, but how poorly most drivers maintain them. Only 19% of consumers properly inflate their tires, meaning 4 out of 5 drivers are compromising safety and fuel economy through underinflation. Modern vehicles equipped with tire pressure monitoring systems help alert drivers to significant pressure loss, but many ignore these warnings. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration determined that vehicles with tires underinflated by more than 25% are 3 times more likely to be involved in tire-related crashes. Even the best premium tire becomes dangerous when not properly maintained. The tire industry's own grading system, known as UTQG, provides limited help to consumers trying to make informed decisions. Created in 1978 and essentially unchanged since, the system allows manufacturers to grade their own tires for tread wear, traction, and temperature resistance. This self-reporting approach has turned what was intended as a safety tool into largely a marketing instrument, making direct comparisons between brands difficult and potentially misleading. So are cheap tires dangerous? The data suggests they are not inherently unsafe, but they operate with significantly smaller safety margins than premium alternatives. In ideal conditions with proper maintenance, budget tires will perform adequately, but when conditions deteriorate, the road is wet, you need to stop suddenly, or temperatures drop, that safety margin disappears quickly. The choice ultimately comes down to risk tolerance and driving patterns. If you are willing to accept longer stopping distances, reduced wet weather performance, and more frequent replacement in exchange for lower upfront costs, budget tires can serve your needs. But if you regularly drive at highway speeds, encounter varying weather conditions, or simply want the maximum safety margin available, the performance data strongly favors premium options. Your tires are the only thing connecting your vehicle to the road. In those critical moments when physics determines the outcome of an emergency situation, the difference between adequate and excellent can be measured in miles, seconds, and lives. The question is not whether you can afford premium tires, it is whether you can afford not to have them when you need them most. Now that you know what's inside your tires actually matters. Do you even know how to read what's printed on the outside? Stick around, because next I am breaking down exactly how to decode everything on your tire sidewall so you never get taken advantage of again.